Research shows that the average British adult spends approximately £548 every single year on Christmas presents alone. And that's just the cost of gifts. So let's not even factor into the equation the cost of food, the cost of travel. The list literally goes on. So I think it's safe to say that if you don't plan and prepare for Christmas, it can really be a big budget buster. As you're aware, the countdown to Christmas has already begun and we're just a few weeks away now from saying Merry Christmas to everyone. It's definitely time to get into that festive mood and start getting excited about Christmas time. But one thing I want to make sure that you don't do is get into debt this Christmas. Speaking of debt at Christmas, actually, this is a side note. If you're watching this video before the 14th of December, Illumini are currently doing a competition which I've been promoting over the last few weeks over on Instagram, but I thought I'll give you guys over here an opportunity to enter it too. It's a chance for you to win over £2,000 cash plus 5 free coaching sessions with myself. So if that's something you're interested in, click the link in the description box below to find out more and see how you can enter, because yeah, you got to be in it to win it, and it's a fantastic opportunity to win some cash to pay towards your debt this Christmas. But moving swiftly on, if you do want to know how to avoid debt this Christmas, stick around, because in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you 10 practical things that you can do to help you to achieve this debt-free Christmas goal. I recorded a video last year where I shared a 5-step plan that you can follow to help you have a debt-free Christmas. In today's video, I'm going to go into a lot more detail and share with you these 10 practical steps. So if you do want to watch that video, I'll link it in the description box below and I'll link it up here too. But without further ado, let me jump into those 10 practical steps for you right now. First things first, in the words of Benjamin Franklin, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. Do you have a plan for Christmas? I really hope that your answer to that question is yes, I do, because we are just a few weeks away from Christmas and it's good to have a plan as to how you plan to spend your money, what you're planning to do for Christmas, and make sure you know exactly where you want your money to go before you spend any of it. If you're not clear on exactly what it is you want to buy, where you want to buy it from, how much you're going to buy it for, then you're probably going to spend a lot more money than you had initially anticipated. Number 2 is create a Christmas budget. Yes, I'm always talking about budgets on this channel and I will continue to do so, because budgets are a game changer and budgets will definitely help you avoid getting into debt this Christmas. Around this time last year, I did a video where I was walking through my 2020 Christmas budget. I am going to do an updated version of that for 2021, which I'll share after this video goes live, to give you kind of ideas as to things you can kind of allocate your money to when you're creating that Christmas budget. If you do want to watch that one that I recorded last year, I will link that in the description box below so that you can check that one out straight after this video. Even if you don't want to use my method of budgeting for Christmas, just ensure that you do find a method of budgeting that works for you when it comes to your Christmas budget. You need to know exactly how much you have to spend across all your different Christmas spending categories. So that's decorations, food, gifts, entertainment, whatever it is that your Christmas entails. You really want to break that down into exactly how much you want to allocate to each of those spending categories so that you don't overspend in one area, and then that means you have to now take money from another area or end up overspending altogether when it comes to your Christmas budget. Number 3 is remember tomorrow. Tomorrow is still going to come. Christmas is literally just one day out of 365 days in the year. So what you don't want to do is spend all your money on Christmas and then come the new year you're regretting that decision and regretting all the purchases that you made. That's not a nice way to be entering into the new year, with debt and carrying the baggage and the burden of the mistakes that you made last year. So definitely create that Christmas budget and always remember tomorrow's gonna come. Another thing that's gonna help you to avoid debt this Christmas is for you to use price comparison websites. So you've written your plan, you know exactly how much your budget is, where you want to spend your money. The next thing you want to do is do a bit of research. Don't just go straight to Amazon and make those purchases because that's the most convenient thing to do. Do a bit of shopping around, do a bit of research, make sure you're getting the best price for that item. What's the point of paying £20 if you can pay 10 just by spending a couple of minutes researching online? If that's not something you're used to doing, it is something worth practicing and getting to grips with. Doing price comparisons, websites like Price Runner, Idealo, there's so many different websites that you can try in order to compare prices to make sure you're getting the most bang for your bucks, and that Christmas budget is being given the opportunity to stretch and you're able to get the most out of it. It's important to also note though that these price comparison websites are limited in the websites in which they have on there, and what I mean by that is they don't have all the retailers listed and all the best prices online. So it is important to also do that additional bit of research, because some of these price comparison websites are limited in the brands that they have on there and the companies that they have on there, which means you may not actually be getting the best price, you might just be getting the best price on that price comparison site. So just by using those sites and then doing a bit of additional research on Google, you could save yourself a lot of money from from that Christmas budget. Another thing that's going to help you to avoid debt this Christmas and entering into the new year as well is to avoid store cards. Don't sign up for any store card just because it's a special offer or you're being offered additional discounts by signing up to the store card. I mentioned that in my Black Friday video where I talked about 12 mistakes that you shouldn't make this Black Friday. That was one of them, and I think the same definitely applies for Christmas. I'll link that video actually in the description box below so you can watch that one after this. I think a lot of those points that I mentioned about Black Friday are equally applicable when it comes to Christmas. But continuing the point that I was making, avoid those store cards at all costs if you can, because especially if you're a person that knows you can't control your spending and taking out that store card is going to open that Pandora's box, then it's best to steer clear and not to sign up for it, because that 20% that you think you're saving by signing up to that store card, you're quickly going to end up spending more on that store card in the long run. Another great way to avoid debt this Christmas is to give people the gift of time. Like, time is probably the most valuable asset that we have. It's the most valuable currency that we have, and it's the most valuable thing. Like, we always want more money, but one thing that would be better for me anyway to have more of is time. Like, time is an invaluable resource that we just can't get more of. You can always get more money, but you can't get more time. So I think we shouldn't underestimate the power of time and the importance of time, and giving people your time and making time for your loved ones this Christmas is a great way for you to avoid debt and save money. It's like that song says, I'm not going to sing it actually, but that song that talks about the best things in life being free. They were definitely onto something with that song, because the best things in life are free. Quality time with family, quality time with friends and loved ones. Those are the things that we should place more value on. And I think if we focus more on trying to give the gift of time to a few more people this Christmas as opposed to material gifts, it's going to save you a lot more money and it's going to help you to avoid debt this Christmas. Another thing that will really help you to avoid debt this Christmas is to try making your own Christmas gifts yourself. Are you a DIY person? Have you ever tried your hand at DIY? There's so many different ideas when it comes to things that you can do DIY in order to save money on actual physical gifts. Just by putting a little bit of thought into that Christmas gift idea and making something from scratch using your bare hands, not only is it going to save you money, I feel like it will be a lot more of a valuable and appreciated gift to that loved one, because it was a labour of love and it wasn't just something you bought on a whim. It's something that a lot of thought, effort and time also went into. It will save you money and it will probably score you a few brownie points too. And who knows, you might be able to start a side hustle off the back of it if you do a good job with your DIY project. Another thing that I would say to help you avoid debt this Christmas is to buy safe in order for you to be safe. And what do I mean by that? When I say buy safe, I mean be careful of special offers or something that sounds too good to be true. Often when things sound too good to be true, they usually are too good to be true. I could tell you a story actually of a friend that went to buy a laptop and a mobile phone and an iPad for £250 from somebody randomly on the street. This person came to them with a bag of goodies, showed them the laptop, showed them the phone, showed them the iPad. They thought, wow, this is just amazing. I have to take it, because where are you ever going to get these free items for £200-300 from? So anyway, long story short, the exchange took place, the money was handed over, the bag was handed over, only for this friend to walk away from that transaction, open the bag and find bottles of water. And that was, yeah, an example of something being too good to be true. Just do your due diligence and don't think, oh, I'm saving money here by getting this special offer or this special deal, only to get yourself into trouble or somebody using your account to do fraudulent activities, etc. So just definitely be safe when you're shopping online or when you're just shopping in general for your Christmas presents, to make sure you don't get ripped off. Another thing you can do to help you avoid debt this Christmas is something that I tried to do this year and kind of failed miserably, in all honesty, was my clutter to cash for Christmas challenge. So this is something that you could also do. It doesn't have to be a challenge, but you can literally turn your clutter into cash. Look around your room right now as you're watching this video. What things are in that room that are of no value to you, that have just been there taking up space, gathering dust for the past 12 months of this year? Look at those items and see which of them you can quickly sell on Facebook Marketplace, on Spock, on eBay, wherever it is. Sell it quickly to make a few bucks to put towards those Christmas presents. The more money you're able to make by selling things from around your home, the more money you have to put towards Christmas, and the less of your budget you have to spend on these Christmas gifts. That's something I tried to do this year with my Clutter to Cash for Christmas challenge, and I was only able to raise a couple of hundred of the £500 goal that I had initially set myself. But what I have done since then is reduce my Christmas budget from £500 to £300, meaning I only need to add an additional £100 from the family budget in order to cover our Christmas expenses this year. So that's how I've done it this year, but you'll be so surprised. Look around you, what can you sell, what can you make money from, and make it happen. The last point I want to make to help you avoid debt this Christmas is just to let you know it is really not by force. For Christmas, it is not by force that you spend money. Don't feel peer pressured into spending money that you don't have on Christmas presents, on outings, or anything that is going to bust your budget or is going to make you enter into the new year on the wrong foot. It isn't worth it. It's not worth getting yourself into financial trouble for. I know as a mother, if you are a fellow mother or father even watching this, you often feel that guilt and that peer pressure to give your children all the things you never had and make them have the Christmases that you never had growing up. However, it isn't worth it if it means that you're just going to put yourself in a bad financial position in the new year. Going back to one of the points that I made earlier, the most valuable thing that you can give your children and your loved one is your time. Yes, they may think that they want all these nice gifts and these nice presents, but the reality is they probably have enough to keep them going for another year, even if they didn't receive one gift. So just buy what you can afford to buy with the budget you've allocated, and beyond that, it isn't worth overstretching yourself and doing the most. So hopefully this video has set you free and you're not going to succumb to that peer pressure or the pressure from your children or external pressures or those self-imposed pressures of spending money at Christmas and getting yourself into unnecessary debt, because yeah, as I said before, it definitely is not worth it. But with that being said, guys, that's all I wanted to share in today's video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, you know what to do. Do me a favor and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet subscribed. Share this video with one friend and family member, or maybe 2 or 3 or 4, and I will see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.